2024 marks the 30th anniversary of JPMorgan Chase's Global Supplier Diversity Program. This program connects historically underrepresented businesses with opportunities to provide their services to the firm. To tell us more about the progress the program's made over the years, plus what's to come, we're joined by the head of Business Partner Diversity, Ted Archer. Welcome.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate the opportunity.
So, Ted, can you tell us more about this program and how it's grown over the past 30 years?
The Global Supplier Diversity Program began at JPMorgan Chase at one of our predecessor banks in 1994. At the time, the program was focused on opening opportunities for women and minority-owned firms to do business with the bank. Over time, supplier diversity practices have expanded to include additional underrepresented groups like people with disabilities, military veterans, and also members of the LGBTQ community. I'm proud that today JPMorgan Chase spends $2 billion annually with underrepresented businesses from across all of those different communities.
And how does this program fit into the firm's racial equity commitment?
As part of the firm's $30 billion racial equity commitment, JPMorgan Chase pledged to spend an additional $750 million by 2025 with Black, Hispanic, and Latino suppliers. I'm pleased to say that JPMorgan Chase surpassed that $750 million goal and is on track to more than double that initial commitment. What we've learned along the way by working towards this goal is that supply diversity is a really good tool to make direct impact in underserved communities. But that can only be done if there is support across the firm and organizing a dedicated team to support supplier diversity so that all interested parties understand what's happening and we can focus on accomplishing a collective goal is really helpful towards having much better outcomes. Additionally, what we found is that supplier diversity needs accountability. And one way to get accountability is by measuring and paying attention to the goals that you're tracking along the way. In order to do that, it really takes a concerted effort. And it takes not only worrying about what JPMorgan Chase does internally, but by mobilizing some of the largest suppliers we have in our supply chain. Some of our supply chain partners are industry leaders in their own right. And so by working with them and tapping into their collective strength, we're able to do much more to advance supplier diversity than we could do alone. And then lastly, supplier development is a crucial part of our supplier diversity strategy. By understanding the needs and the challenges of our business partners, we've been able to understand not only how to help them win greater contract opportunities, but also work with them on ways to scale their companies so that they can compete for our business and business across the broader supply chain.
Looking forward, what does the future look like for this program? Is there anything new coming?
We've reached our 5-year racial equity commitment 2 years early, but we don't plan to stop there. What we've learned along the way has allowed us to implement some best practices. We've collaborated in some new ways, and now we want to industrialize those lessons so that it becomes part of how we do business every single day. First, what we're really interested in looking at are ways to scale businesses into larger companies so that they can compete for larger corporate contracts. When businesses scale, they employ more people from their communities, and that can pave the way for larger economic growth. Additionally, we want to build on some of the success that we've had in traditional categories of spend, like print marketing and real estate, and also staff augmentation, and move towards growing industry areas like professional services, technology, and creative marketing. The more we can move in those directions, the more we can position our supply chain and suppliers to be successful for the future.
Ted Archer, the head of Business Partner Diversity, thank you so much for all that great information and for being here today.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I enjoyed it.